Hello, this is Rafa. Welcome to another page in my homesteading diary. Hello, hi. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be showing what I've been up to as I prepare for my spring garden beds. So, let's take a look. As we all know, fall and winter are the perfect time to prune back our trees as we get ready for spring. So, we did some cleaning up of some of the trees in our yard. And here's another pile of branches. Now I'm gonna have to do something with these real soon because I don't want to invite any critters on the premises. But we got a nice pile going there, and I'll tell you what my plans are for them in a moment. Also, I've been stocking up on my black cow manure, my mushroom compost, topsoil. I don't think I'm going to use too much of the topsoil, and peat moss. And, I've seen in comments where people are trying to encourage gardeners to not use the peat moss. Apparently, it's a non-renewable resource. I haven't looked into it too much. I know that coconut coir is probably a better option, but I haven't been able to find any lately. So this is what I went with. And as I find the coconut coir, I'll phase out of using the peat moss. But guess what I'm doing? If you guessed that I'm getting ready to start raised beds, you guessed correctly. All of this that you see, which is not that much to be honest, I am going to be taking down, taking apart, and this is going to be totally revamped. Also, I purchased this little greenhouse right here. It's just maybe it's probably 2 by 4, but it is doing the job for right now. Thought maybe you could take a little peek. Let me see if I could take a quick glance in there. So here I have things are sprouting, coming along nicely. I'll be going in detail with this a little later. Up here, I think I'm gonna redo some of these things because they got a little leggy, and I have some sweet potatoes that I'm trying to root. Literally just put that in a couple of days ago, so it's not doing much yet, but I'll come back out here and review these things later. So I have been purchasing items for the spring garden over the last several days, and actually the last couple of weeks. I've been busy with a lot of projects around the house, and now I'm getting ready to focus all of my attention back to the garden because my timetables for the garden is a little off, but better late than never. So on the raised beds that I'm going to be setting up, I've decided to take those branches that we cut down, and I'll be putting those at the bottom layer of the raised beds. I've seen people with very strong opinions both ways, whether they think it's beneficial and some think it's not. I'm gonna lean towards it being beneficial. I've seen people say it takes 50 to 100 years for the wood and the logs to break down. Well, personally, I think that's just information that's being repeated without much thought because we all know it does not take a log 50 to 100 years to decompose. I know this to be true because we've had many cut down in our backyard, and the stumps, after a few years, all but disintegrated into nothing. We didn't even have to put much effort into digging the stumps up after a few years. We just let them naturally rot, and we definitely have not been in this location for 50 nor 100 years. Let me get right into things that I've been purchasing. So at the Dollar Tree, I purchased these little clamps, which some people may like, may not like. They might think they're kind of cheap. Let me see. I'll open one up and see how it is. I got them because, you know, can you really have too many clamps and things of that sort? Can you see this? Just holding them in my hand, they don't feel like the most sturdy thing. Let me see. They don't feel like the most sturdy thing, but they're not the cheapest thing either, even though they were at the dollar store. I plan to use them to stake plants. So, you know, like get a stake, put the plant against it, and then use these clamps to hold use these clamps to hold the plants to the stakes. But for $1 a bag, I think that was pretty good. And they come in 2 different sizes. You have the large and you have the little baby ones. And I think that's great. Another thing I purchased was some athletic tape. And this is that self-sticking tape, you know, that you just tear off. So I have one that's open here. It's the kind that you just tear. And you know, it has a little give to it, but it sticks to itself and it's easily repositionable. I figured that might be a good thing to use to tie the trees to the stakes as well. Sometimes they have the brown ones that's even more stretchy. And then I got these from the dollar store. So of course the dollar store was all sold out, and I saw a lot of people really giving it good reviews on the internet. So I decided it's cute enough, and I will definitely jump on that bandwagon as well. I ordered them from the Dollar Tree website, and you had to get a bulk of 45 of them. And so that was not a problem for me. I will say some of them were damaged when they arrived. I think I counted maybe 3 or 4 damaged when they arrived when I was going through them. But I'm not concerned about that too much. I'll keep those for me. What I plan to do is pot these up. I'm starting seeds of lettuce, marigolds, herbs, and I'm going to give little towers to a few special loved ones. They don't even know it's coming. I'm going to introduce them to the wonderful world of gardening. So I'm excited. I plan to give maybe, I think, 5 of these away, and my thought was to have maybe 4 towers to each 4 sections to each tower that I give away. And I'm giving it away after each of the seeds that I put in have germinated and gotten to a nice little size, and then I'll give them away and let them carry on from there. So I'm excited about that. It's always fun to give. Next, adding to My fruits, I bought these from a local box store. And this is an Ebony King blackberry and a Jewel blackberry. And they are ready to get started. Like, they are anxiously awaiting spring. When I got them, it was nothing but brown stems with no leaves, and I thought, okay, I don't even know if these things are alive. But you know, I'm curious to get in here and see what they have it packed in, because I have literally had this for longer than I should even admit. And I've, of course, not added any water or anything because they're still sealed up tightly. They just started growing and doing their own thing. They are busting loose. I also, while I was at it, same price, they were $15.98. This is Reliance grape and Niagara grape. And I'm excited to be adding that to my yard as well. And these leaves just, now they were not sprouting like the blackberries were. I had them in my kitchen just sitting, waiting for me to stop being lazy. And I came across information that said grapes need a certain amount of chill hours. And so I said, oh my goodness, I'm about to miss that window with them being indoors. So I took them outside and they started sprouting leaves. Can you see that? They started sprouting some leaves. So excited about that. If you saw my slug video when I was called to violence unexpectedly, BT is what I use. So I just ordered some more of this. It's ready-made, so I don't have to worry about mixing anything. And this is a, what size is this? Is this a gallon? It's 128 ounces. So, slugs and family of slugs, beware. I'm coming at you. Now, do you see the shape of this container? Let me show you a little something that's funny about that. I was on Amazon and I saw this right here. It was a picture, and I did not pay attention, but this is strictly my fault. I did not pay attention to how many ounces was on the contain. I didn't pay attention to how many ounces the container held, and so I just saw this little the picture of this, and I said, okay. I read up about it, and I said, oh yes, I need to add that to my arsenal of things. Let me purchase. And this is what came: a cute little 4-ounce container. Now, if you saw a picture of this container, would you automatically think it was going to be something this dainty and small? I will tell you the price, $37. So when it arrived and I opened it, I was quite shocked. But turns out this little container makes 8 gallons, and it averages to about $5 a gallon, which if I bought it already pre-made is about what I would pay in a store. So then my spirit was settled. But this is trifecta, and I'll do a video later explaining exactly how it benefits the garden. Trifecta. Also, I have purchased some more fish emulsion. It's running low on that. Sometimes I like to add it to my compost tea as well. This is Trident's Pride liquid fish soil enhancer. Anyways, that had great reviews as well. Also, I purchased this from a box store, another set. This is probably my third set of these clamps. Now these are definitely quality. And the bigger ones, I have to use 2 hands to even spring them open because my hand strength is not all that it should be. But so many uses, from the hoop house to all kinds of things. I get great use out of these, and they come in an assortment of sizes. And like I said, this is our third box of them. We just can't seem to stop finding reasons to use them. One thing that I like to do, I don't know if you could see here. Let me see if I can move you in closer. I like to use them to hang up my gloves. That way I keep track of all of my gloves. See, I just clamp them on with those little clamps. Well, you can't even see the clamps. You can see this one maybe. But I just clamp them on, and then I don't have to worry about misplacing my gloves. And yes, this cabinet was also a recent purchase. I have also purchased some more grow bags, specifically to plant potatoes in. So I'm planting white potatoes and sweet potatoes. I'll talk about that a little later, not in this video. I'll do a video just on that. I have them propagating right now, and I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna grow them in bag instead of in the raised beds. At least this year. Next year, who knows? I might expand to the raised beds. I purchased off of Amazon the same containers that I use for the fruit trees. It came in a pack of 6. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it came in a pack of 6. I love them because they have the lip on it where you can grab it, and it has the drain holes in the bottom. And when I first saw them, that's when I got the ones for the fruit trees that I have. And now I'll be using them for the grapes, the blackberries, and a couple of other fruit trees that I plan to purchase. So, loving these. They're UV coated, so they're not going to crack or fade or anything. Great reviews. When you read the reviews, all the reviews are wonderful pertaining to them. So, I'm very pleased to be purchasing these a second go round. I ordered this. You have no idea what it is, but I'll tell you. These are rice hulls. Now, one thing I've noticed as I look at different gardening channels is that a lot of the Asian countries tend to use rice hulls. I'm thinking they use them in the same way that we use perlite in our soil to aerate and help with drainage and moisture control and all of that. I think that's what they're using the rice hulls for. But I know their crops tend to grow quickly, big, luscious looking, beautiful. And so I figure if somebody seems to be doing something right, it might not be a bad idea to do what they are doing. So I have this rice hulls, and I will be using it to amend the soils, particularly in my grow bags. And then I might get more to add to my raised beds. But I gotta go back and review what the price was on those, because if it's too pricey, then adding it to my raised beds might not be an option. I do have to admit that every time I've ever seen anyone use them in a video, it's always been in some kind of container, like a bucket or a bag. So that might be why. And finally, azomite. I'm going to be doing a video just on azomite, adding it to my raised beds to my compost tea, and so forth. I'll be doing a video on that alone because this has tremendous supporting research and outstanding reviews from consumers. So that'll be a separate video going more into that. I'll be doing a video on this and the trifecta. Now, pertaining to the raised beds, and the trees that I cut down, the branches rather, that we had cut down, I'm going to be burning some of that because I don't know if you can get an idea of how much it is from the video. It's quite a lot, way more than the raised beds that I'm going to be putting down will require. So I'm going to be burning some of those branches and using the wood ash in the raised beds as well. And from what I understand, that's very beneficial for your crops. They say you have to be careful, though, to make sure you test your soil for acidity to make sure that you're not upsetting the balance of the soil. I'm not going to be testing my soil. Most of what I'm putting in the raised bed is coming from bags anyway. I plan to use large amounts of compost manure and other organic matter. I'm just going to take a chance, burn the wood ash and throw it out there. There are lots of benefits to that. And we see the effects of that when we have forest fire, how everything springs to life afterwards, probably because of the wood ash. It's also beneficial for controlling disease among the plants and controlling pests. Little insects that try to take over. You know, sometimes they forget their role as being beneficial and they just go haywire and start destroying everything. And then, you know, they call us to be violent. But anyways, I'll be burning some wood ash and adding that to my garden beds. So I look forward in the next few weeks, the next few months, to continue showing you how my garden is progressing. I'm excited about the plans I have for my raised beds, and I'll take you along for that journey as well. This was just a little spring haul, and I thought I'd share it with you. Remember, enjoy the good in life.
This channel promotes the goodness in life. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And above all, prosper and be in good health.